In the last couple years, I've grown my channel to over 1.5 million subscribers and generated over $10 million just from posting videos on YouTube. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna condense my 6 years of experience into a 3-step framework that you can follow to grow your channel no matter what level you're at. Whether you're starting out with 0 or you've already got a small audience but feel stuck, I'm gonna break down the steps that I've taken to gain 1.6 million subscribers into 3 easy to follow levels, which starts with level 1, get moving. The reason 99% of beginners fail on YouTube is that they try to do too much too soon. They'll try to learn 5 different pieces of camera equipment while learning how to edit and make thumbnails all at the same time. But if you overwhelm yourself at the start, you're not gonna get anywhere. That's why if you have no prior experience on YouTube, in my opinion, your #1 priority should just be to post your first 3 videos. It doesn't matter whether those videos get 0 or 100,000 views, because the goal is to get your hands dirty and start learning the process of creating a video from scratch. What most of you guys need to accept is that your first few videos are not gonna be perfect. In fact, they're probably gonna suck. And that's okay, because the goal isn't to blow up and become an overnight success with just one video. The goal should be to just test the waters and get comfortable with posting videos on YouTube, because in the beginning, it's really hard. And as for the topics of these 3 videos, don't overthink it. It could be as simple as documenting your journey at the moment, or talking about the things you're personally interested in. At this stage, you shouldn't be worried about picking the perfect niche or building the perfect strategy for growth. You just need to take the first step that you've been procrastinating on forever. I mean, I can relate to this, because when I first started out, I didn't know that I'd be making videos for the next 6 years of my life, nor did I think I was gonna make millions of dollars doing it or get hundreds of millions of views. In fact, I actually started this channel randomly, kind of on accident. Back in 2017, I had just started making real money online, like a couple $100 a day from dropshipping. And I had so many of my friends and family ask me what I was up to and how I was making money. So if you go back to the beginning of my channel, my first 3 videos were literally me talking over a PowerPoint explaining e-commerce and Facebook ads. I wasn't trying to get thousands of views or become a celebrity. I simply wanted to share what I was doing and help my friends get started with e-commerce and dropshipping by sharing lessons along my journey. My focus was only on providing value and documenting my journey, not going viral. Until this day, my main focus with my channel is pretty similar, but I never would have expected it to come this far. So stop overcomplicating the process and just get your first 3 videos out there as quickly as possible to get the ball rolling. Every day that passes that you don't post your first video is another day that your competition is getting ahead of you. And it's another day that you're further away from your goals of having a successful YouTube channel like you've been dreaming for years. Next, you need to ask yourself, do you want to treat YouTube like a hobby and post videos every now and then? Or do you want to go all in and make a long-term commitment? Both options are okay, but it's important to make a decision on how serious you want to take it. Because YouTube is kind of like a boxing match, except it's the longest match of your life. Sometimes you're on a roll, you're landing one hit after another, and every upload is outperforming the last. Your audience loves your videos, and you keep getting that right hook over and over again. There are also times when you get punched in the face and your videos flop, even when you put your heart and soul into them. That's when you need to put your gloves up and block, because there will be high highs, but there's gonna be even lower lows. But throughout it all, you just have to keep moving. And on YouTube, it's harder than anything else. That's why you need to get clear on why you wanna grow a channel in the first place. Are you trying to play the long-term game with YouTube, build a personal brand, launch a business? Do you just want to become famous? Or maybe you just like making videos like me. Whatever your reason is, just make sure it's clear to you. If your goal is to just grow your business and get more customers, that's totally fine. You don't have to have a world-changing mission to start a YouTube channel. It just has to be your reason, so that way you can keep pushing through the highs and through the lows. For me, after I posted my first 3 videos, I got really clear on my vision, because I started getting comments that showed that my content was genuinely helping people. Every single day, people were reaching out, sharing that my videos were inspiring them to start their own business. And even till this day, years later, this positive feedback is one of the main things that motivates me to wake up every day and make my next video, because I know the videos that I make will inspire the next generation of entrepreneurs. And if I could just change one person's life with the videos I make, that's good enough for me. So hopefully that can be you. But once you're clear on your reason for making videos and you decide to commit to YouTube, you need to focus on actually understanding the game, because just posting consistently ain't gonna cut it. And this brings me to level 2. Getting better. YouTube is a game, and just like with any game, if you want to win, you need to understand the rules. I've seen so many creators stay stuck at 100 views a video because they don't take the time to understand the game. They think as long as they just post videos on topics they enjoy, the algorithm is going to magically reward them with views and their channel will take off. But I hate to break it to you, that's not how YouTube works. When I first started, I posted consistently for weeks, but my videos weren't popping off. So I tried different formats, changed my thumbnails, tested new ideas, and I even started posting 3 videos a week, but it felt like I was shooting in the dark and hoping for the best because my channel wasn't growing at all. I was stuck forever, and it wasn't until I actually took the time to understand how YouTube works that things really started to change, and my videos went from getting a few hundred views to a few thousand and now millions. So here's the 3 key things that YouTube looks for in the algorithm. First things first, is the video clickable? Second, does the video have a long watch time? And most importantly, does the viewer leave feeling satisfied? Let's break down each of these one by one. To get somebody to click, you need to focus on 3 key elements: the video idea, the title, and the thumbnail. Most people already know how important the thumbnail and title are in getting clicks, but very few people talk about the video idea, which is arguably the most important piece of the puzzle. The main idea of your video needs to appeal to your target audience. It could be answering a burning question they've had, solving a problem they're facing, giving them hope for something better, or even helping them break through a belief that's been holding them back. Whatever it is, you should speak directly to what your potential audience is going to care about the most. My favorite way to find these ideas is simply see what other creators in your space are posting. I noticed that videos about how to start dropshipping were performing very well a couple years ago on YouTube. And to me, this was a clear sign that there was a lot of interest in that topic. So I used it as inspiration and came up with the idea for one of my most viral videos today, where I broke down step by step how I started and scaled my dropshipping store. And now to this day, this video has almost 4 million views and has made me over 500 grand in ad revenue. But just finding these good ideas isn't enough. You need to present the idea in a format that appeals to a large audience. My favorite strategy for this is to find winning formats and see what's currently working for channels outside of your space and add your own touch to it. These could be tutorials if you're an educational creator, or reaction videos if you're in the entertainment space. These formats are already proven to work, so you'll know you'll connect with your viewers if you do them, but just add your own spin to it. For example, I saw that this channel, Easy Actually, was blowing up with the same title format, talking about productivity. So because I run a channel in the entrepreneurship space, I took their same format, but applied it to my industry, put my own touch on the video, and just in the last 2 months, this video has over 500,000 views. So when you're doing this and using these viral formats, the #1 key is to try to add your own unique spin to it. Otherwise, you're just gonna come off as a cheap copy. And in this case, we changed up the thumbnail completely from their style. And of course, I talked about something that was true to me. We never wanna just one-to-one copy somebody else's videos. Once you have a solid video idea and a winning format, the next step is to package it in a way that clearly shows the idea to the viewer while standing out in the competitive YouTube landscape. And that starts with a strong title and thumbnail. But here's what most people get wrong about YouTube. They spend 90% of their time recording and editing their videos, and then right before hitting upload, they throw together a title and thumbnail as an afterthought. This is a huge mistake, because the title and thumbnail as a new creator is 50% of the video's success. The title and thumbnail is the first thing a potential viewer will see on the homepage. And if your title doesn't grab the reader's attention, they're not gonna click, meaning all the time and effort you put into creating your best video just went to waste. That's why before I shoot a single second of my videos, I have the title and thumbnail fully planned out. Now, how do you make a great title and thumbnail? Well, in my opinion, it comes down to 2 things. It has to convey the idea of your video clearly, and it has to make the viewer curious enough to click. For example, in my recent video, 11 Life Lessons from a Young Millionaire, this title makes you curious because you want to find out what lessons you'll learn and how you can apply them to get rich yourself. Then your eye shifts to the thumbnail, which reads, "Hard work doesn't matter." The text I put literally goes against what everyone is saying, so there's an additional curiosity factor that gets people to want to click, maybe even out of anger because the message is controversial. Look, basically you want to think of your thumbnail as the trailer or movie poster of a movie. It should give them just enough information to want to watch without giving away the spoiler or the whole plot. And now that you've got something that people want to click on, you have to optimize for watch time. YouTube wants people to stay on the platform as long as humanly possible, because the more time people spend watching videos, the more ads they see, and the more money YouTube is gonna make. That's why the YouTube algorithm favors videos that keep people watching, or in other words, videos with a longer watch time. And to get people to watch your video from start to finish, you need to write a killer script. Most beginners think that their favorite YouTuber just sits down in front of the camera and starts yapping and somehow magically gets millions of views. And while there are people that do that, this is not the vast majority. What you don't see is the hours of work that goes into doing research, preparing an outline, and refining it until it's perfect. When it comes to me writing my own outlines, if there's any section that I put the majority of my time into perfecting, it's the hook. The first 30 seconds of your video is by far the most important because this is where you're gonna see the biggest drop off in viewers. If your hook doesn't capture your people's attention right away and show them what they're going to get, they're gonna click off and move on to another video instantly. It doesn't matter how great the rest of the video is. If the hook isn't engaging, your people will not stick around to see the rest of it. When it comes to making a good hook, it has to validate the click by delivering on the title in the first 5 seconds so that the viewer knows that they're gonna get what they clicked for. And the second thing your hook needs to do is tell the viewer exactly what they're going to get when they watch the video, which is why in the intro of this video, I told you that I'm gonna condense my 6 years of experience into a 3-step framework that you can follow to grow your channel no matter what level you're at. And it worked. After you've written the hook, you want to outline the rest of your video so that you know what you're going to talk about at the start, middle, and end. In the outline, you don't have to write out every word, but you want to put out some key topics. Keep them informative, give yourself some bullet points to stick to, and also keep them entertaining so that the viewer will learn something and stick around to the end. One of my favorite ways to keep the audience hooked is to include personal stories. If you have a great story related to the topic you're talking about, the lesson that you're sharing will be so much more memorable because as humans, our brains are wired to remember stories better than facts. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable and share personal stories in your videos, as this will get people to connect with you on a truly deeper level. You want your YouTube videos to feel like a conversation with a friend, not a college lecture. Your viewers should feel like they're talking to somebody they already know. So one of the principles that I stick to is I write the way that I talk. I would never try to say a word in my outline that I wouldn't actually use in a conversation. And in my videos, especially in the business space, I always try to put them in the simplest language as possible, as this broadens out my audience. There are other creators that make videos that are super advanced and super high level, but they only get a tenth or less of the viewership that I get because I specialize in taking advanced concepts and making them easy to understand for people. And the way that I do that is by using simple language. So just another tip for you guys who are out there trying to make videos like me, make it easy to understand. Every video I make, I always run it through a test of if my 15-year-old brother will like it, my 50-year-old mother, and my 80-year-old grandma. Can all three of these people understand the topic I'm saying in this video? If the answer is yes, then that means we did a good job. Once you've got the outline dialed in, the final and most important thing the algorithm is looking for is viewer satisfaction. Now, this is actually a secret metric. You can't even measure this directly on YouTube. But behind the scenes, YouTube is taking into account things like the number of likes, the positive comments, the shares, and they're trying to determine if your audience was genuinely satisfied with this video. In simple terms, it's how the platform is gonna judge whether your content met or better exceeded the viewer's expectations. So you wanna set clear expectations with your title and thumbnail to get that initial click, but most importantly, over-deliver in the video itself. When viewers feel like your content delivered real value, they're far more likely to engage, share it with their people, and come back for more. If you can master getting the click, getting people to watch from start to finish, and have them leaving feeling satisfied, you will be in the top 1% of YouTubers in no time. Now let me tell you about a cheat code I use to speed run this level of getting better. Getting help from successful YouTubers. Having someone to roast my titles, thumbnails, and video ideas has helped me so much over the years because it has removed the guesswork from the process and helped me see exactly where I went wrong. And I genuinely believe that this cut my learning curve in half. So for the first time ever, I'm gonna be working with a few select YouTubers to personally join their team and help them grow a successful channel using the exact 8-figure system that I use right here on my own. Now look, this is not for beginners, and this is mainly for established creators looking to hit that next level. So if you want to work directly with me on scaling up your channel and getting more views and sales for your business, you can apply at the link in the description. And if you're a good fit, I personally am going to reach out to you with the next steps. Keep in mind that just from YouTube alone, I've got over 1.6 million subs, sold over $10 million of digital products, make over $20K a month passively in ad revenue, and just recently sold my company in a multi-million-dollar deal. And it's all powered by this channel. The spots are going to be super limited in this program, and I'm only going to be accepting a few people every month. So I hope I get the chance to work with you. And if you're just getting started out with your journey, this video is more than enough to get you started. I promise. Now let's talk about my true area of expertise, how to actually get paid from YouTube. One of the most common misconceptions that new YouTubers have is that you need millions of subscribers to get rich. That's because they think that ad revenue and sponsorships are the only ways to get paid. But I promise you, it's not the case. In fact, if you rely solely on ads, this is gonna be the least efficient way to monetize because your ad revenue is directly tied to the number of views you get. That means that you are playing a game of trying to constantly crack the YouTube algorithm over and over again like a hamster wheel. And if for some reason your video doesn't pick up traction, which happens all the time, you're not gonna get paid. And God forbid, if there's a sudden change in the algorithm and your content is no longer favored by the algo gods, that means you could go from making 10,000 in a month and the next month drop down as low as 1,000 or less. Don't get me wrong, I love YouTube AdSense. I still bring in over 20 grand a month with it, but AdSense is such a small proportion of my total income streams from YouTube. Same with sponsorships. I love them, but they have the same exact problem. Brands typically only want to work with creators with huge followings, so you need to build a large audience before they even consider you. And even when you do land a sponsorship, you're still relying on a third party to get paid. So AdSense and sponsorships are by far the least efficient ways for most creators to monetize, especially when you're starting out. So I want to share with you now 3 ways of monetizing that you can use today to make real money with next to no subscribers. By far, the best way to monetize a small channel is to drive YouTube traffic to a coaching program. If you run an educational YouTube channel and talk about topics that you are an expert in, your content will attract people who see you as an authority in your space. And a percentage of that audience will be willing to pay you to get personal advice on how to get their problem solved, just like I'm doing with this YouTube coaching. This is a great way to make your first few thousand from YouTube because these service-based businesses are such high margin, meaning there's little to no overhead like managing inventory, shipping costs, or having a large team. As your audience watches your videos, they're gonna see you as the expert. And while a large percentage of your audience will apply what they learned on your own, many just wanna work with you, remove the hassle, and get the job done. I mean, look at me, for example. I made my first 50 grand through my channel when I had less than 10,000 subscribers because I created a coaching offer for $2,500 to help people start their first online store. So let's say you have a fitness channel teaching young men how to get ripped. Your viewers are watching your videos because guess what? They want to get ripped. So naturally, they are looking for more guidance and they're very likely to pay you for that personalized help. And you could charge anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 for your coaching packages depending on the level of services you offer. And just by signing 5 to 10 clients, you could be making anywhere from 5 grand to 30 grand with a relatively small channel. Now, a more passive way to make money is by creating a digital product. And this is how I went from making that 50 grand to making my first million from YouTube. I created an e-commerce training platform called Viral Vault, teaching people how to start their first online store and giving them all the tools they need all in one place. And since 2018, this business generated over $5 million. And I recently sold this company in a multi-million-dollar deal. That's the power of creating a digital product. With a digital product, you can condense your strategy and all your knowledge on a topic into one program so that anybody can follow along and learn how to do the same. And it's funny because I have friends who have created digital products in every industry you could think of, from music production to calisthenics to knee mobility to painting. Literally just about everything you can think of, you can make a digital product for it. These are without a doubt the best way to scale your business on YouTube past 6 figures a month. But if you're too lazy to build your own product or create a coaching program, the last and arguably easiest way to monetize your channel is with affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is basically promoting other people's products or services with a link in your description. And when a sale is made through that link, you earn a commission. As of today, I'm one of the biggest Shopify affiliates, and I've been getting paid an insane amount of money from them every single month for the last 3 years just because of a few links I put in my videos. And if you can combine all these things that I taught you in this video, you will win the game of YouTube. Trust me. Thanks for watching.